beginning to think maybe it's the pitch. I'm beginning to think maybe it's the field of play because I mean these boys individually in their clubs they are doing extremely well, but I just don't understand why when they are being put in together as a team they find they find difficulties in performing. I mean, look at the goal we conceded. Clearly you could see there's no cohesion, there's obviously lack of playing together with the back four. I mean, but like you rightly said, I'm glad as a Ghanaian we've been able to qualify. But having said that, on the broader look at things, we still have a lot of work to do because there are glimpses of good signs. There are glimpses of from Antoine Semenyo who just came on for the last 22 minutes of the game, but he is proving beyond all reasonable doubts that I mean he's at this moment at the number nine spot. He's ahead of Iñaki Williams. Iñaki come with experience, but he just struggled to settle in when he's playing for the Ghana Black Stars. So I believe the coach has seen it. I like the fact that those young guys, Kudus, Nuamah, and Semenyo are gelling so well because once Semenyo came in, like I said before, you could see something, some progression. You could see a lot of things are going on. I'm really happy anyway. I will let somebody speak. Maybe I'll come back again.
All right, thank you, Sari. Let me bring you in, Kukuni. Let me bring you in. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for giving me the space. Just want to make a quick one as usual. I know this is quite exciting, but I'm still struggling to actually have any hope in this team, honestly, because I don't want us to end up in the AFCON as we did before. There's still a lot of work, as the previous speaker said. There's still a lot of work. I'm not an expert. I'm not a coach or anything, but I could still that the midfield where there's nothing really between the two midfielders that were progressing the ball from the defenders. It wasn't working. There was nothing there to work. Baba Rahman, we complain about Baba Rahman, but it's as if the technical people are seeing something totally different. Compare what Baba Rahman played to what Gideon played on the same half. You can see the difference. We could clearly see the difference. You see what I mean? So I don't understand what is going on within the team. Maybe the two assistant to Chris Hutton are not telling him the truth, or they're misleading him. But he needs to put his foot down and then actually do the right thing. I'm very sure he knew what to do from the start. Obviously, he was doing the right thing, but now he reverted back. He's reverted back to all those things that Otuadu was doing, and it's because we do still have Otuadu's assistants influencing him. We need to push on. We don't have a good team. These guys have played more than 7 games together, and we still can't see a cohesion. There is something fundamentally wrong with the team. Start bringing in new people to start gelling them up for the AFCON. If we want to keep our hopes and be too optimistic, we will end up as we did in our last AFCON. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kuku. I'm sure between now and then the next AFCON, hopefully, as Ghanaians as we are, Chris Shooting will also take some cue from what we are saying as well. Peekaboo, let me come to you. Charlie, your name also.
Oh, all right. Good evening, bro. Good evening, everyone here, and thanks for the space. Okay. Let me say something about the Baba Ahmad issue. You can clearly notice on our previous game, Gideon Mensah didn't really perform well. So I think it's just a form of like a competition for him, just to up his game. That's what I think. Since the other guy for Brighton, the name who is not around, I think
Tariq.
forgetting the name. Yeah, Tariq is not around. Definitely, I think we need Baba Rahman just to give some competition to Gideon. Yeah, not to think that he has secured the position already. So from there, and watching the game, I also noticed like the midfield when they don't really release the pass early. You can see on several occasions, NS was screaming at was it Salis? If anyone noticed, like I don't know, they like to hold the ball in the midfield. I don't know, maybe if it's because of the pitch, they are scared to give the ball. I don't know. But apart from that, I think gradually they are improving. And my problem is just the two midfielders. They hold on the ball too long. They don't release the pass. Especially Jordan Ayew too. Sometimes he stays on the ball. Maybe it's just to waste time. I don't know. But I'm glad we won, and let's see. I hope we go do better at the AFCON.
All
Okay.
right.
That's all.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Kofi, I'll bring you in, but before you come in, let me ask you. Um, Elisha also had not played with the national team for quite some time. Elisha had not played club
Yeah.
football until this
For
season.
me, I
What do you
think
make of the
it's
performance, Kofi? Yeah, hello, Kofi. Can you hear me? Can
I think it's network. I
All
think it's
right. So
network.
Kwabena, since you can hear me, I'll pose the same question to you. What do you make of the performance of Elisha Osu on his return to the national team?
I think he was. I would say he was quite okay than what Salex was doing because you could see the experience of Salex since he started giving the party pair
with
should have been
Baba
some
man. I've
should
heard
have
some
been
people
someone
saying
who
the fans
progressed the
booing him
game
is
for us
bad. So
very
what
well.
should we do? Should we beat him up? No, we can't beat him. It is like
So I would say that Elisha Usu was. I would say
very
he was
well.
okay.
And then he led the team very well. Before the game, people were saying, Jordan is not a leader. Leading is not by clapping your hands. I think Jordan played like a leader today, and thumbs up to him. Thanks.
Your host, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. So as I was saying, I would say Elisha was okay. Probably the main reason why people are complaining about the midfield was because so many balls from the holding midfield that was going backwards. He wasn't doing anything for it. And you could see the defenders were the ones trying to put in those penetration passes to help us go up on the field to create chances. And then that it looks highly abysmal. Like it doesn't look good from him because most times we were complaining during the AFCON and then or what do you call it? Sorry, during the World Cup that he's the one shielding Partey. But now Partey isn't there. And then we could see clearly that he was the one being the simple player, not being able to get the control or let me say the confidence to push the ball up on the field. And then one thing is see, we are complaining about Rahman though. But let's be sincere. If see, I saw comments from certain people saying that the fans are booing him and then they do understand. It's about time we always say that we are the people who our monies are used in paying these players and then they are not doing well. Someone just said that it's a competition for he played just one bad match and then they are calling for competition for him. How many bad matches has Baba Rahman played for Blasters? Uncountable. But when he plays bad, the next game he will start. But when someone plays bad, for Baba, it's Baba, it's that person. So he needs to be he needs to get competition. Of course, that's not the situation. The fans boo him because they felt he wasn't playing well. And then if we've seen it across everywhere when you are not playing well as a player for your country, they will boo you. So if he's ready, he needs to step up really, really well because there's nothing coming from him. And of course, he needs to work hard because what he's doing doesn't seem anything better. Jordan should step up with that ball holding and then come on. He's a winger for God's sake. He should start taking players on forward. Try to create chances for us. How many chances did he create today? The set pieces is still our problem since the AFCON time till now. We've been complaining Jordan set pieces isn't good enough. And of course, today it's also responding again. The second half, we were quite okay. And then that's why we won the game from there. But I think we need to up our game. Semenyo did very well when he came on, but I think the technical team has a lot to do in terms of what we are seeing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kwabena. Let me bring you in. Belgium AFC. Good evening from wherever you are. Yeah, let me bring you in. You've been a constant speaker on our space.
Thank
Let's
you,
hear
man.
from you.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Well, I live in London. I was born in England, but I live in London. And I just go and work in Belgium. And it was AFTV gave me that name. So I'm Muya Ganani. Hi, everyone. You know what? This is so funny. I was listening to Kwabina. But Kwabina, please, I mean, this is not the time to now try and pick on individual players and trying to make, I don't know, kind of, what will I say? Not scapegoating, but kind of trying to highlight that where they fell short. You know, I mean, literally today, people should remember that we were missing key players. And again, to when I was watching the game, I realized that in Africa now, football has changed. There's no more like all those little teams. No, football has changed. Car Republic, they look good. They look good on the ball. They don't have to have many of them players playing in the Premier League or in the French League or the German League before you can kind of understand it. You know, they literally is all development. is all training facilities. And I think the Car Republic government, they literally, since when are they kind of trying to put money, put those structure together and have a proper infrastructure for the youth so that they can take their game to the next level. They did play well. First half, it was we were poor. We couldn't put the ball together. I don't understand when you're talking about Salisu because obviously you do expect more from him, but you know his game is not those kind of players that he can literally be hitting those uh 40 or 50-yard passes. You know his game is just basically to intercept. You know, and again to try and control a bit of the tempo. But I think again too we have to understand that today even the back line it was totally new faces, and again too he was playing alongside Elisha Osu. When was the last time they played together? You know. And obviously, I'm not trying to make excuses for anyone. And again, on top of that, you know, the heat when I was watching it, and it's the heat that I would love in England, you know, that hate. So, and remember, they've come back and went to Ghana. So, literally, you know, it will take them time. And with Chris Hughton, I'm happy for him. And at least that will enable him to kind of sit down and map up his strategy. How, because obviously for any tournament that you want to go to, you always make sure that your back line is literally tight, you know. So I think he'll be working on that. And hopefully, once we start getting all the players back, Partey was missing, is out injured. And we missed the, what's the name? Oh, our defenders, you know. So, what's the name? Amate was missing, and this guy to Salis, who went to Monaco, too, was missing. So once we got those players back, literally, Cristiano will have at least enough options and he can take out from that. You know, for today, what I'll say, let's just celebrate that. It wasn't an easy game. Let's celebrate that and wish the Blasters, I mean, say to them, well done and wish them best of luck. And hopefully, listen, in 2 months' time, they've got a couple of friendlies. So, Chris Hughton is got to, this is the work now. And listen, we've come through. So let's just take this one. Let's just celebrate it. And I mean, the team didn't play well, but at the end of the day, it's the result. So we've gone through now. Let's celebrate that and just take it easy. Let's take it easy. Those boys that didn't come over just for coming over sick. They're coming to do well for Ghana. So let's always remember that. And sometimes they might not be having a good game. In fact, I was kind of saying, "Oh, sorry." I said, "No, don't be silly. Just pass the ball." You know, I was saying that to myself, but literally, you know, no player will be on the pitch trying to do silliness, you know. So let's just support them when they're having a quiet moment. And when they not only when they score the goal that we'll be, hey, no. And Semenyo, I was impressed, man. Semenyo, fantastic. Fantastic. So hopefully, yeah, because literally, you know, I was looking, I said, even though we make it to the AFCON, then we got to find a solution to our attacking line because we've not been effective. So Semenyo is kind of giving me a good picture. So yeah, so well done to the Blasters and thank you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Belgium.
Yo, Belgium.
Yes.
But you are complaining. You're a national fan. You are telling us we shouldn't hit our players. Go and tell that to
Relax,
your
relax,
people
bro.
not to do
Kofi, we know you
Kaya
are
Well,
ready
blessed
yet.
before you come
Kofi,
and tell us
Kofi,
what
listen.
to do.
allow,
Well,
allow.
if we, wait. If you listen to my fan count, what did I say? Did you see me? Well, I mean, have you ever, when you watch my fan count, do you ever kind of see me complaining about players? No, because at the end of the day, I always said it. Even when it comes to Nketiah, when it comes to Partey, at one point, people were having a go at him. I had to tell them off, and I always say, listen, you got to when the player is going through quiet moment, we got to support them, you know, and that's the only time that they will say to themselves, "Oh, we've got people behind me," and then they will be able to do well. But if every time you're trying to pick on individual mistakes, I know today came. Listen, don't get me wrong, we were poor. To be honest, I tell you, at one point I was saying, listen, if it became 1-0, then I think Car Republic deserved that, you know, because we were poor. We couldn't put both passes together. And again, too, in the final third, it was so many extra touch. So obviously, I mean, there's no point in trying to highlight on all those aspects. But however, it's the good things, at least Chris Heaton, the pressure, and again to Chris Heaton, he just took over. How many trainings, whatever he had with the team? Yeah, not many. And again, to how long has he been with the team? This is his third or fourth game. So literally, obviously, that'll give him time to work on that and to come up with a good plan. Because we really need to stop conceding goals because that was a cheap goal that we did concede. We shouldn't be conceding those kind of goals from transition. You know, and again, too, that's why I said we were missing key players, and those players hopefully they'll be back. And Ghana will look good.
Bro, you don't need prime Sule Muntari and prime Abedi
No,
Pele
Kofi,
in
Kofi, allow
Central
him to make
African
his point.
Republic.
Kofi,
You can't complain. They
Kofi needs
also
to.
missed
You need to.
Kondobia. You can't complain that
Kofi,
you don't
no,
need
no, no,
prime
Kofi,
Abedi
Kofi,
Pele
Kofi.
and prime
I
Sule
understand.
Muntari to beat
Kofi, I
Central
No,
understand
African
where
but
you're coming
Republic.
I,
from, but you also need to
but
allow
I,
him to make his
no,
point.
no, wait, brother. I don't even understand your what the point you're trying to make. I didn't complain. I just said we were poor, but we made it through. So it was a nervy time. We was at one point kind of saying, "Oh, we were not in control of the game." But we do. I do understand it. I personally, when I analyzed game, I did understand that because we were missing key players, and those players playing today, how many of them kind of play together in since KC took the team. How many players? And that's what we're saying. Hopefully, once we have those key players coming back, then obviously
So,
the team will look good.
sorry, I don't know if you talk about key players who, except Partey, we had almost everybody on the on
No,
the.
no. What are you talking about? What's it?
There's no
Amate was missing it at the
Oh,
back.
Amate
Kofi
was
Tra.
been poor for the previous game.
Bro,
Salisu,
see, Baba Rahman has been
Salisu.
playing for the
Wait,
Black
wait,
Stars
wait.
for 10
So
years.
Baba Rahman, that was his
See,
first game since the last time that we saw him at the World Cup. So he has not built up that chemistry with the team. It doesn't
bro,
really.
bro,
It
you
will
don't need
take.
nobody does a preseason before they play for the national
Listen, no,
team.
but you got
It's
to give
Hello,
up
just
the
can
like
you
that.
you
They
allow
got
do
to
it
him to
two
listen,
make
listen,
his
days.
listen,
point? I
guys.
believe everybody is
Look
entitled
at
to
Yeah,
their
Nuamah.
point.
Nuamah is
it's
It's
how
like
old?
it's
Kofi,
20
calm
years
down,
people
old.
are
Look at
calm
how
it
down.
he's
will
You're
pushing their
take
making
playing.
a
point.
point.
time.
I
The
don't
Like
player
no,
is
no,
people
no.
are
obviously
pushing
Guys,
their
we
not
can't
old
points
continue
to
as
his
like
in
this.
throat.
his
Hold on, hold on.
time and
Yeah,
all of that.
wait,
But
just hear me out.
Kofi Chia
Wait,
is
wait,
not
wait.
even a key
Just
player
hear
in
me out.
Black
Just hear me
Stars.
out.
Come on.
Chris Hilton just took over, and listen, we can't get any better than Chris Hilton. Trust me. Yeah, and he's the one, literally. So we got to allow him to
Yeah,
build up
it's
the
true.
team.
I
We
actually
All right,
got
agree
to
with
allow
that.
him.
thank you very much.
There's no listen.
Not
Even none of these GFA guys, none of them, they can't compare themselves to Chris Hilton.
I actually agree on.
I'm telling you,
Bro,
I'm
nobody's
sorry.
talking
I'm
about the
sorry.
coach.
So
Nobody's
yeah, so
saying
we
the
got
coach
to
is
give
not
him
good
time.
enough.
All right, guys. So we are all making a point. I get it. We should try to understand each other's points. Like there's no need going back and forth. As I mentioned earlier, we are looking at the excitement, but also we are trying to look at the performance that the team put out there. So there's no need going back and forth. Michael, you just joined us. Welcome, and then let's hear your thoughts on the game, the performance, where you feel we actually pull on the day.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael from the U.S. I'm a big Black Star fan since 2006. Um, Definitely, first half it was definitely poor. We got blessed by our starboard Kudus, and I just don't understand about our set pieces. It's just I love Jordan, but sometimes we just got. I feel like I said, I don't think we have much. They don't do much time for set pieces and stuff like that. But it's really important. It's part of the game. They gotta get better on that part. Um, Overall, a win is a win. Congrats to Central African Republic. They fought hard. We have no more small teams in Africa no more, which is good. It's better competition now. And like the other guy said, like we don't have many guys. Like of course Thomas Partey who's not there, Mohamed Salisu is not there. Kofi even Kofi Tre, forgot about him. He's not there. A couple guys are not there in Lamte, but there's no excuses. We should be, to be honest, yes we is, but we are Ghana. We should be beating these guys. More goals, but it's a young team, new guys. I still think we should say put all the young guys in there and move on. And move on from the old players. It is because we are a young team. It's time to move on. And we got a lot of young talent. Nuamah, Kudus. I love Semenyo. He came in the game. He brought some more fire. I feel bad for Yankee because he's still not feeling the African football. It's different from La Liga, right? He's not playing the wings he usually play in La Liga, so he still need to get his feet in under. But he's still a good player. But like, win is the win. I'm happy we got a win. We could have scored 3 goals, but we got to get better. We gotta get better. We got to give them fire and push them. And that Baba, well, was it the left back situation? Baba and Gideon Mensah. Everybody knows how it is. Baba he's just not as good as he used to be. It is what it is. But here's what we have. It just doesn't make any sense. I know people complain about Baba and all that, but that's what we have. That's all we got. So of course Gideon stepped up. It was the big difference, right? He needs to learn. He needs to freaking take that position as his own, right? And overall, it's a young team. I'm not stressing it. I was not. Of course, I was shocked when we was losing, but I'm happy that we got the conversation. And we'll see what happens. We got a lot of time to get built up and get ready for January. So we'll see how we go.